thing or two back home.
Well. Fancy seeing you here. It's been a few weeks, fellas. It's been a few weeks. I've been on excuse me. I don't know what happened to my voice just then. I've been on the road, but I've been waiting for this moment for the last 2 weeks. So, from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, coming to you live. It's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here in the Chris Reeve capital of the world. I don't know if you notice that the background is different. The blur. Yeah, now it's different. I moved across, well, it's not really across the country. I went 1,000 miles. I'm no longer a mile high. But listen, if you're watching this after the fact, if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comment section what's in your pocket today. Today in my pocket, big surprise, not really. It's the Mojave, the Machine-Wise Mojave, and this one is MP28, Machinist Proof 28, baby. So freaking good. And the more people that actually get these, the more people are like, oh wow, imagine that. It's amazing. It's like I've had multiple people reach out and be like, you're not wrong, it's pretty good. And I've been checking out some really cool knives lately. But guys, I am indeed very happy to be back. I'm excited. I'm tired. I've been on the road. Now, initially my plan was this. I was going to do some filming on the road while driving. I was like, you know what? I could, because, I was going to be in a car by myself with my dog. And my thought process was, I'll just do some low-key, low-rent type cell phone video footage. And, I'll talk blade steel, I'll talk trend, I'll talk whatever. That was my plan. I did not account for the fact that the speed limit between Denver and Boise is about 85 miles an hour. I didn't want to die. Okay, I didn't want to die. So most of the trip happened at a very high speed. And I was like, I can't really pay attention to the road and record at the same time. I could at gas stations, but nobody's going to want to be at the pump listening to me talk about, whether or not I feel like M390 is still a super steel. Nobody, they're there to get their gas. They don't want that. Time to say hi to all the good people in the chat. We're going to start off with the first person that shows up, at least on my end, The Ponds. What's up, man? Welcome in, The Ponds. Thanks for being a channel member. We've got Blind Woo Fury, another channel member in the house. Marco, what's up, Marco? Good to see you. Drinkwater, welcome into Revolving Blades and Gas Station Knives. We got Vavelski. I'm trying to make it fast before people start piling in. Let's go, Jim. Spartan, kick the like button one time for my ever faithful and helpful channel moderators. Oh my goodness. What's up, Jim? Good to see you, man. I missed all of you guys. It's true. And another channel mod in the house. The one and only Mr. Ian Coates. He says it feels like it's a decade since Roll's gone live. 2 weeks is a long time. For me, it's a long time because normally my live streams have been the most consistent content that I've made since I've started going live. Twice a week. Yes, I've missed a few. I don't remind me. I know I've missed a few. But it's been the most consistent content that I've made. And I feel like the live stream community, especially for this channel, is the core. It's the heart of the channel. So to all of you guys, all of you live stream regulars, thank you for sticking around. It's scary for a channel that posts frequently, multiple times a week, to do nothing for 2 weeks. That is scary. So when you guys stick around, it means a lot. So thank you again. And yeah, it does feel like it's been a long time. Good to see you, Ian. Let's go. We're gonna roll through the chat. Welcome into Henry G. Let's go. Fire breathing hamster. I love that name. What's up, man? Good to see you. Let's go. I'm scrolling. Ian says this chat ranking system is gayer than a Lady Gaga concert. Look, I just got a notification from YouTube, okay? So you're not going to see this on all channels. Right now they're beta testing it, so what that means is some channels get this new feature, some don't. I don't know. You're all ranked number 1 to me. But if you look at the community, there's a community tab, I think, in the chat. On my end, it tells me who's the top people in the live. You know, all I gotta say, Ian, is like right now, you're ranked number 10, buddy. You're ranked number 10. How have you fallen so low? I'm just kidding. I honestly, guys, to everyone who supports, I don't care what the community leaderboard says about you. You're all right in my book. If you're here, you're all right in my book. Gas Station Knife says, flicking the shit out of my new RT Agile right now. I ate 4 small ice cream cookies and I feel no shame. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The RT Agile is a freaking great knife. It is fantastic. And it's one of those knives that is currently in a box that's in another box. And so I can't like grab it. I haven't fully unpacked yet. I'm still pseudo living out of boxes. That's why there's nothing in this room. Like, this is my office now. This is my studio now. And I prioritize getting set up so that I could go live as soon as possible. I also have review stuff piling up, so please stay tuned for that, guys. New review content should be coming soon. Yeah, I got stuff everywhere. That's been fun. Anyways, welcome into Ace Paylone. Good to see you, man. Welcome into Help with Gadgets. Let's go. Hey, shout out to Ian Coates for the $5 super. He says 5 years later, roll returns. Good to see you, Palsy Mossy. It's good to be back, man. Thanks for the $5 super, Ian. I definitely appreciate it. Welcome into Cat Scratch. What's up, man? Help with Gadget says you moved from Colorado. So I went from the Mile High, the Spyderco capital of the world, and no, that's not Taiwan, to Idaho. Why? Look, Colorado's expensive, for one. Family is closer here, and it's just going to be a better living situation. So I love Colorado. Colorado will always have a special place in my heart. But I mean, like, the channel just recently hit 12,000 subscribers. It's not making me live in Denver type of money, okay? Cost of living is better. Housing is better. The cost of oxygen is lower. Now I can walk my Sebenza 21 into, Chris Reef headquarters and be like, do the MagnaCut blade update. And I don't have to worry about shipping it in the mail. It's just a big life change. Moving 1,000 miles away is an experience that I don't wish on anybody. We had to put all of our stuff in moving pods, like these U-Haul freight containers. And you put all your stuff in there, and it's like this convoluted game of Tetris. And you're just hoping that nobody breaks in, because they put it on the back of a semi-load, and it goes from warehouse to warehouse to warehouse. And these things are notorious for being broken into. They suggest that you put like the GPS tile trackers in there. We did that. They suggest that you have to buy your own locks, and you're at the hardware store. Like, should I spring for the $20 locks, or the $15 locks is going to be enough? A serious thought that I had in my head. There I was, Home Depot, neck deep in these locks, and all I can think of the whole time is how have you guys ever seen the lock picking guys on YouTube, and how easy they smash through all of those lock types? Like, master lock, it looks like nothing. And here I am considering, should I spring for the $20 locks or the It was fine. My stuff didn't get broken into. My stuff didn't break along the way. Shout out to my wife, who is like the Tetris master of the world. We stuffed all of our stuff in those shipping pods, and it made it. It made it. So it's been an experience. Anyways, shout out to my man Jay Korskinen, who's been a channel member for 20 months. He's trying not to say patches. Patches is what my wife calls me when I forget to shave because the facial hair doesn't come in all that great. Today was the first day that I shaved in the last 2 weeks. I was looking scruffy. Oversharing aside, Gas Station Knife says, Machine Wise makes me wallet thin. Man, Machine Wise is so good. So good. People underestimate this knife and they you know, like, and I get it. Because until you experience it, the thought in your head might be, that's a lot of money to spend on an American-made knife that's not contoured titanium. I don't care. Like, this is an amazing, amazing knife. Absolutely love the Mojave. It deserves all the praise that it gets and more. It's fantastic. What's up, Chad K? Says, carrying the TRM Neutron today. Welcome back. Hey, thanks, man. And that's a fantastic carry. I had a... oh, hold on. So in this binder is all the knives that I kept out of boxes, and I put it in my car. So I've got all my nice American-made knives in here. My Spyderco collections in here. And hold on. I got a couple neutrons that made it. This is mine. Love this guy. Put a Lynch Northwest modular clip on there. This one is the DLC variant with the lizard skin titanium scales. You don't see the DLC variant very often. They did 1, maybe 2 runs, and then they're like, eh. Personally, that's the best looking one right there. Love it. So that guy made it. I originally, my plan was to just faithfully carry one knife throughout the entire process. Put that down. And then talk about it, make an episode talking about it. And then all of a sudden I had review units that were coming in, like they were being forwarded in, and they started to pile up. I'm like, I don't have time for that content. What did get used and abused a bunch, the MVP of this whole moving experience has been this guy, the Peachy G9. Oh my goodness. This has busted through so much tape and cardboard in the last 2 weeks. I can easily recommend this knife to anybody. I've heavily used this. The Peachy G9 has been a bruiser of a little EDC knife. I used other knives as well, but this is easily the MVP of my move. It was also in my pocket today. I just don't talk about it because people get tired of me talking about the Peachy G9. Anyways, I'm going to try to catch up with the chat because stuff is happening. Whoa. The chat jumped in a big way. This is what happens when I monologue for too long. All right. Rebel Rouser, what's up, man? Let's go. Cat Scratch says, received something from Rip's Garage Tech today. Ooh. Upgraded my Sage 5 with tie scale and clip. There we go. Yes. A million times yes. The Pyro Grip scales, specifically from Rip's Garage Tech, are fantastic. Love it. Love it. Sage 5 is an amazing knife. Paul, what's up, man? Thanks for being a channel member. Good to see you, dude. Welcome into Bob's Pocket Knives. What's up, Bob? Hey, shout out to the Pawns, who's been a channel member for 9 months. He says 9 months. That's almost like half a year. It's almost a year. You're 3 months past the halfway mark. Thanks for being a channel member. Thanks for riding with the channel. You've been here for longer than 9 months. I know. Jay Korskinen says, Rollshambo basketball spoilers, or are you watching later? My Lakers got booted. First round exit from the playoffs. So basketball is... there's always next season. I'm just going to put it to you like that. Anyways. All right. Welcome into Humphrey Chimpton. Good to see you. Hold on. Man, the chat is going wild. I feel like I need... people always tell me not to do this, like where there's the chat on the screen and you can see it flowing. People tell me that they don't like that. But I kind of want to... I wish that I could show that on screen without it being annoying. Ian says, how do I move up the rankings? I got 75 XP. Quick, give me the extra 20. It doesn't give me the option to hand out XP, believe it or not. I don't think anyways. Nah, not yet. I don't see it anyways. I'll have to look into the whole leaderboard thing. It was sprung upon me. They're just like, some people have it, some people don't, and you're one of the people who have it. So congrats. I'm like, I don't know what this is. What's up, Dylan? Let's go. Welcome into Greg. What's up, Greg? Gas Station Knife says, reunited and it feels so good. I've been pretty good trying to chillax on knives. It's been tough. There've been some good knives released recently. I've got some coming in that I purchased. I broke my no duplicates rule. But for a very good reason. You guys will find out soon. Dylan says, I'm from near Trinidad, Colorado, a little town called Rocky Ford. Yeah, I've been through there. Absolutely. I will miss Colorado. You know what I won't miss? I-25 rush hour traffic. I mean, Blue, what's up, Blue? He says, I'm flipping my new Nooms on. Just kidding. You didn't get in on it? Knifejoy just did a release. I know they sold out soon. Jim says, too many Californians in Colorado. There's a lot of everyone from Colorado. Look, native Coloradans don't like... They don't like people that move there that aren't from there. So you'll find a decent amount of people from all over the country move to Colorado. There's a significant amount of the transplants. That's what they're called. The transplants in Colorado are primarily from Texas and California. You get a smattering from places like Oregon, you know, from Idaho, from wherever. But the two primary transplants are from Texas and California. And I gotta say something, and this is no offense to anybody who's from either one of those states. Y'all can't drive in the snow. I don't care if it's like a centimeter of snow or a foot of snow. You're just not built for it. You know, I'll make an exception for those who live in Tahoe, but I see Texas plates in the snow and I steer clear. Gas Station Knife says, meanwhile, MC bragging about 1 million views in one day. That's likely multiple thousands of dollars of revenue in just one day. Yeah, hey, congrats to him. You got a hats off to Metal Complex for that. That's not easy. The knife community niche is not big. Like, there are bigger channels. But if you were to compare it to something like tech reviews, like the tech review community is massive by comparison. The knife community is small. When we're talking about niches in YouTube, it's small. And so to do that is impressive. All the heavy hitters would love to have days like that. So big shout out to Metal Complex for that accomplishment. Proverbially speaking, hats off to him. I won't traumatize anybody. Help with Gadget says, I'd probably prefer Idaho over Colorado. You know, this is kind of more like a return to Idaho for me. I went to school here, and then I'm like, in 2014, I packed all of my stuff in the back of my Mercury Sable, and I drove to Colorado with nothing waiting for me but a family member's basement. And you know what? It was an experience. And now it's 2025. I've got a little one. I'm married. And, Boise's looking pretty good. I got to say. People in Boise are like, you got to watch out for that 4 or 5 p.m. rush hour. No, there is no rush hour here. Like, there are moments where traffic is a little thick. You know, you might be stopped a little bit longer. Rush hour traffic in Denver it's not as bad as California, but it's still like stop and go traffic for miles kind of rush hour traffic. So it feels great. It's great to be back in Idaho. I feel like I can breathe easier, but that might just be the elevation. Shout out to Bluetooth Blades, who's been a channel member for 13 months.
This is Sparta!
He says all these months add up, but it feels like it was just yesterday, man. Thanks for being a channel member for 13 months. Hey, what's up, Neil? Guys, check out the Night's Edge channel. Check out Neil's channel. Do it. And if you like what you see there, make sure to subscribe. Good to see you, Neil. What's up, man? All right. He says he also said he would take S30V over 20CV in a recent episode. I think he's calling Rolls out. I mean, he's welcome to have that discussion with me. He gains nothing from that discussion with me, though, because he's not really a steel snob. And that's okay. Not everybody has to be. But if you take S30V over 20CV, you obviously don't care about how long your edge is going to last. Like, 20CV has better edge retention, better wear resistance, and better corrosion resistance. And in real life cut tests, the edge lasts twice as long as S30V. So I don't care what the knife steel rating sheet says. You look at the actual cut test data. In no world is S30V a better knife steel than 20CV, unless the main thing that's important to you is sharpenability. And if that's the case, then just get 14C. I would love to have that conversation with Metal Complex. I don't think he would do it, though. I would welcome it. I don't think he would do it. He probably doesn't, honestly, he probably doesn't care. It's my thought. Anyways. Ian says boats get neck deep in locks. Oh, yeah. Jim has been a channel member for 23 months.
This is Sparta!
And he just says one word, patches. Do you guys really want patches that badly? I've been slacking on the patches. Gas Station Knives says, can you get moving insurance? If someone wants in, they will get in. Put a 3-foot wall of dirty diapers in the door side. Oh, man. Stay hydrated. This is just water. I don't know where my water bottle is. It's probably in a box somewhere. Anyways, yeah, you can get moving insurance. We insured each moving pod for, like, I don't know, it was like each pod was insured up to like 10, 20 grand or something like that. And we had multiple. It was not cheap. And I don't like doing insurance claims because they're a pain, but we did definitely get the insurance. The dirty diapers, I don't know, man. But then all of your stuff is just going to smell like dirty diapers.
Big fail.
I failed. I did not get a binge. They released, I was driving at high speeds, visiting family. I did not get a binge, but I'm sure it's great. Devo makes, well, they don't make him, but Devo designs some amazing knife. I still love my tall boy. My tall boy is in a box that's in another box. I don't know if I could cheat on my tall boy, honestly. The one thing I will say is this. It's a front, I believe it's a front flipper only on the binge. And front flipper is not my favorite deployment method. I'm okay with flipper only. Front flipper only is not really my thing. You know, it used to be that I wasn't a big fan of thumb stud only. I'm totally fine with thumb stud only as long as it's a double-sided thumb stud now, or a Sebenza 21. But front flipper only really isn't my thing. I'm sure it's a fantastic knife. I'm sure the action is amazing. I know that the purple nurple is definitely the way that I would have gone had I done that, but I did not. No binge for me. Thank you for the $5 super, Ian. Appreciate you, man. TC Blades, he says, excited you're back. I'm excited to be back. I am so behind on content that it's not even funny. All right. Man, the chat has been jumping. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm not missing any member shout outs. So hold on. Hold on. Hey, TC Blades with the $10 super. He says, glad you're back. Buying you a drink after the move. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Now the only question is what to drink. I don't know. Gin and tonic. Should I go for a margarita? Should I do... I don't know. You know what I really like making drink-wise? I'm a big fan of whiskey sours. And I like making my own simple syrup. I love mixing my own whiskey sours. I might be weird for that. Might be. Anyways. The chat is jumping all over the place, guys. Hold on. Hey, shout out to Rebel Rouser, who's become a channel member once again. Welcome back, Rebel Rouser. And Nick T, who's been a Spartan for 10 months. He says a whole decade. A whole decade. Well, I mean, knife years happen in dog years, essentially. TC says, you're not a Lakers fan. I broke my rule. I have a very simple rule, and it's don't talk sports, politics. Don't talk sports, politics, or religion on the channel. And that's because it's something that gets people heated and takes their attention away from the main content. I am indeed a Lakers fan, and I'm going to leave it at that. Ryan Johnson, what's up, man? He says, have you tried HMC knives? No, but I want a transient really bad. I had an opportunity to get one, but the one that they had released was a G10 version for $1,100, and that was a no-go. I want one in titanium, okay? I get it. $1,100, you know. I want one in titanium. And they are really hard to get in titanium because they're a super small batch and they sell out immediately all the time. All right. There's a whole bunch of things that I have definitely missed. So I'm going to filter my chat real quick to make sure I haven't missed anything. So hold on. John Blackman, thank you for being a channel member for 19 months. Dude, thank you so much for all the support. I definitely appreciate it. And shout out to Gas Station Knives, who's been a channel member for 9 months as well. Another Spartan kick. Oh, man. Lots of Spartan kicks tonight. Adventure 50, who's been a channel member for 5 months. He says, hello, Rollshambo. Good to see you, my friend. Yep, absolutely. Thanks for joining in, man. It's good to see you, too. And Bluetooth Blades with another $10 super says, yes, patches, and welcome back. And you guys, the patches, the patches. Thank you to Drinkwater, who gifted a membership. Oh, yeah. Congrats to whoever got that. And shout out to Doc Duck, who is the latest and greatest channel member. Guys, channel members... Okay. You know what? We're going to go ahead and do this. One of the main perks of being a channel member, aside from topping the community leaderboard in the chat, is you get to join the members only Discord, also known as the Only Spartans Discord. How do you find it? Go to my post section. If you're a channel member and you go to the post section on YouTube and you scroll down a little bit, you'll find an invite link that'll take you to the Only Spartans Discord where we do pocket checks. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. There it is. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Level On Up, who's been a channel member for the last 3 months. All right. I'm going to unfilter my chat because I know I'm missing a ton. I just didn't want to miss any shout outs. I would hate to miss a shout out. Hey, there he is, Top Dog. What's up, Top Dog? Good to see you, man. Channel member, channel moderator, long time supporter of the channel. Good to see you, man. I missed so much in the chat. There's Jojo, there's Sierra Rick, there's Carlos. I missed so much. Okay, come on. Days D, what's up, dude? He says we're live again. Yeah, yes, sir. We're back. Nobody's mentioned the fact that I changed my hat. Not a single person has been like, Rollshambo, are you all right? Where's the old OG hat? The old hat is getting kind of like, I've washed it several times, but I wore it so much. So I picked this hat up on my road trip. Shout out to Cicero, who's been a channel member for 3 months. He says, here to help the fam pick on you, big love, Roll. Somebody's got to keep me honest, right? All right, guys. This is the Only Spartans Discord. During the live streams, we like to do some pocket checks. What was in my pocket today? I mentioned it at the start of the live. Today, I carried this guy. This is the Machine Wise Mojave, the Machinist Proof number 28. It's one of the first release with skiff bearings, pre-installed. Action is fan-frickin-tastic. Love this thing. It's also a pretty damn good cutter, too. And then, of course, Peachy G9 has been my stalwart companion, the MVP of my move. This guy's been getting a ton of work done for me. I can attest to it. When people say, oh, I wouldn't use that for work, I basically did. This has opened up tons and tons of tape and cardboard and sliced through everything along the way, and it's been used to cut packing cellophane. If you don't know what that is, you're not missing out. Oh, billet spin, zirconium, and titanium sole pen. Yeah. Push button top on this one. That was in my pocket. What was in your pocket? Let's go ahead and check the Only Spartans Discord. And we're going to start with the very first one from today. Today's the 31st. Got to scroll down. Where is it? Here it is. Coming in from Craig Vincent. He's got... Hey, that one looks familiar. And so does that one. The Kubi Verigero, the Kubi Cedo, the Ritter Hogue, the Spyderco Manix 2, is that an XL in Spy 27? The Range Boss, is that made by Buck? I'm not sure. And I feel like I should know this one back here, but for some reason I'm blanking on it. Which one is this? I'm not sure. Nice carry though. Let's go. Gas Station Knives coming in with the cell shaded Medusa. That is hot. That's hot. The cell shading that is being done on knives right now is cool. I don't care what anybody says. It's just freaking cool. And I definitely want to get my hands on one of those. Matt coming in hot with the Yankovsky Dark Series, the Focusworks Sideswipe pen, bandana from Vertigo Coffee, and the trusty Zippo. There it is. Look at that. That's solid. I don't see that knife a whole lot. That's cool. The Yankovsky. Very nice. Thanks for sharing. We got Vivelsky with... That's got to be the Knoll Knives. That's not a Raiden. Is it? I always get the Raiden and the Raikou mixed up. I think that's a Raiden. Knoll Knives Raiden? I'm pretty sure. Nick T with the Yan Knives Chevron. Very cool. Pons coming in hot with a Kaiser Drop Bear. Very nice. And the sweet and spicy honey Lay's potato chips. Man, you're going to give me a hankering. What is this? TC Blades with the... That's a Vero of some kind. It's not a Synops. It's not a Synops, right? I should know what this one is, and I do know what this one at the top is. It's designed by my good friend Sharif Manganas. Don't tell him, but the name of that is slipping my mind right now. I know what it is. It always happens this way. I get to the pocket checks, and then knives that I'm totally familiar with completely slip my brain. Why that's gonna bother me? All right. Kubi MS Knives. I know you guys are gonna yell it at me in the chat. It's the I was gonna find it. It's the momentum. Don't tell Sharif that I failed.
Epic fail.
Back to business. Back to business. Hey, shout out to Carlos for the $10 super. Thanks, Carlos. I definitely appreciate it, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys have been so supportive in this live stream. Thank you so much. Jim says, they did mention it. You missed it. Of course I did. Of course. Of course. Ed B. What's up, Ed? Good to see you, man. Hold on. I missed so much in the chat already. Aaron D carried the Kubi Silo, the Kershaw Bel Air, the Victorinox Classic SD, and the Leatherman Skeletal. Very nice. Ian says, I've tried chatting my ass off to get XP and nothing. I even tried 2 super chats to get XP and nothing, so I'm about to give up. I don't know, man. I mean, let's check the community leaderboard. You've dropped to 16. I don't know what it is, Ian. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know how people are getting XP. I will have to look into it. I didn't know that people would take it this seriously. But I appreciate the super chats. Thank you, man. TC says, I don't like the shading. Some people won't. It makes it look kind of cartoonish. It kind of reminds me of, what was that movie called? Sin City? That they did it kind of like the Sin City, with Bruce Willis. There was more than just Bruce Willis. Ian says, is cell shading in the room? Maybe. Ed B says, Roll is playing favorites with the chat system. No, I don't even know how the leaderboard thing works. I don't control this. That's on YouTube. You have to, submit a complaint. Welcome into Laid Off, Pete. What's up, Pete? Good to see you, man. Hey, there you go. He says, don't forget to smack the like button, please, and thank you. Please do let YouTube know that we're live, baby. I would definitely appreciate it. And if you're tuning in on the replay and you skipped the pocket checks, let me know what you carried in the comment section. What's up, Saber Grip? Good to see you, man. Oh shoot, Bluetooth blades with the 5 gifted memberships.
Keep the change.
Congrats to Renee Ramon, Jesse, Andrew Lyons, Michael Upchurch, Michael Sawyer, who all received gifted memberships. Hey, what's up, Rainey? Good to see you as well. It's been a minute. Gas Station Knife says, I agree that the celluloid shading is cheeseball, but I collect the unique, ugly sci-fi gas station. Will the real cell shady please stand up? I like it. I like it because it's different. It's creative. Sometimes I think that we can take hobbies too seriously. Cell shading is a really, really unique way of making a knife different or look different. Anyways, Kubi Momentum and the Vero Nova Mini. TC actually told me what they were. I was too busy, not reading. Revolving blades. He's got the AD20. That is an AD20, right? I believe so. AD20, AD20.5, the Shark Cub, and the, what do they call that? Like the Micro Shark? I want one of those, the super small ones. Of course, my fat head is in the way. But the super small Demco 80-20 point. It's the micro shark. We'll call it the shark mini. Ace Paylone says, I love to pee outside but broke my ankle after surgery. I had to settle for taking a leak inside today. I see what you did there. Kershaw leak. You know, I've never actually tried one. I've never tried the Kershaw leak. Gas station eyes with is that a Tyrant? Yeah, Tyrant Ultra. Okay. Ooh, it's got serrations. I bet you that thing is super good at slicing the boxes. Drink water with the Direware Hyper 90 and the McBee. Very cool. Big Jim with the Alliance Design Keen Full Dress. Ooh, look at that. That's wild. Wild. I like it. Jim Miller with the Smock, the Rosecraft Cocklebur Creek Trapper, and the Omizio Fixie. Very nice. Very nice. Thanks, Jim. Greg McCutcheon with the MagnaCut Para 3 Salt Lightweight. Says Applied Weapons Tech on order. You know, I'll let you guys in on a spoiler alert. If you like the Spydercos but you don't want to pay the big bucks, get a lightweight. And a lot of people don't for two reasons. One is they hate FRN. FRN is a fine material, but it's not as stiff. It doesn't give you like the heft that you get from G10. But also people hate wire clips. I hate wire clips. But you can get lightweight Spydercos way cheaper than buying the regular G10 versions. But because people don't like FRN and because they don't like wire clips, they'll pass. Spoiler alert. I'm just going to... Spoiler alert. I've got a reason in my hand I'm going to be making a video on very soon as to why maybe you shouldn't pass up on a Spyderco lightweight. Applied Weapons Tech does good work too. Stephen Fletcher says, my two MSIs with skiff bearings, aluminum OG scales, and Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip. Ooh, very nice. I like it. I still need to get my hands on an MSI. Wicked Dream Designs coming in hot with the... Oh, what is that? That's a Kunwu. Which Kunwu is that? Dang it. Dazed with the new... It's the new Super Lock. What's it called? I was looking at it recently. It's another Snex design. It looks more aggressive than the Vision. It's not the Vision. Cat Scratch says the last Spyderco G10 family photo before the little brother Sage 5 gets the Rollshambo treatment. There you go. With the Pyro Grip scales and everything. Oh, yeah. Love those. Please tell me you also put on a clip replacement. Hey, you did. You made yours look exactly like mine. I don't have any issue with that at all. That is definitely the combo, and that combo looks great. It also feels like $1 million in the hand. Bluetooth blades with the Drift LCT. Did you guys see, speaking of Quiet Carry, did you guys see that Quiet Carry released a new knife yesterday? I very, very nearly bought it. Let's see if it's the Strand XL. Is it still available? Or the Strand L, my bad. It is still available. Brand new knife from Quiet Carry. Now, I have a feeling that I know why this didn't sell out. And I'm just going to zoom way in here so that you can see the picture. That's the Strand XL. Strand L. Ugh, why do I keep calling it the XL? Strand L. Knurled PVD titanium handle scales. Believe it or not, that is a hollow ground blade. Stonewashed hollow ground Van X Super Clean. $335, which I do think is fair. And they're still available. Look at that. I really want to try this one out. I don't think I could have resisted had this not been, if this had been like the plain titanium, you know, like the unfinished or the stonewashed titanium, I probably would have gone for it. I'm not a big fan of black PVD on titanium, just being, you know, transparent here, but thumb stud only, deep carry clip. The lock bar reminds me heavily of the 9, which is one of my favorite knives. And you could probably call that a spear point, right? Spear point, drop point. Does the swedge near the tip make it a spear point? It might. I don't know. It's a simplistic design, but damn that. Like, I don't... I'm trying not to settle anymore. And I know that they'll eventually come out with a variant that has the plain scales and not just the black. I think they should have done plain scales first. Anyways, $335 for that. They're available. I thought for certain they would sell out, but they did not. And then I saw this guy and I was like, I would still probably rather have a Drift LCT. The large contoured titanium. That's what LCT stands for. I'm pretty sure they're still available too. Let's see. Drift LCT. Yeah, still available. Look at that. Look at that. $380. I want one. Yeah, I think I'd rather have an LCT. Like the hollow grind on the new Strand L is very tempting, but I like deployment holes and I like contoured titanium. I know they're both going to be fantastic knives. I can't help it, okay? I like what I like. Now let's go. John Blackman carrying the Spyderco Yo Jumbo. Very nice. Is that a hollow ground blade? Is that a hollow saber? It might be. It might be. Never handled a Yo Jumbo. Had a Yo Jumbo too that I loved though. Southpaw. He's got the new. That's the Tempest. Why am I failing today? I took too much time. Too much time off. Please don't tell Knives Fast and Lefty that I'm missing on their knives. I believe that's the Devo Mash, the Tri-State Tri-Stash, and then the Tempest Knives, the Jetstream, right? I took too much time. The Downdraft. Damn it. Damn it, the Downdraft. Not the Jetstream. I reviewed a Jetstream. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Level on up. He's got... Ooh. Is that the... that's a Skiff-made blades. No, not Skiff-made blades. I'm sorry. That is the Holt. The Holt Haptic, I believe. Holt Haptic? Pretty sure that's a Holt Haptic. Yeah. I should know. I want one of these. It's on my list. It's rather high on my list. I think it was the pivot and that originally I was like, wait, is that a Skiff-made blades? No. That's a Holt Haptic. Took too much time off. Gorgeous knife. Look at that. I do think the Haptic looks better than the Morpheus. I would love to have either. Yep, here it is. Haptic 762. My birthday is tomorrow. Hey, congratulations. Happy birthday, you savage. I hope that it's a fantastic birthday. Happy freaking birthday. Level on up. All right, guys, there it is. The Only Spartans Discord. If you want to get in on the fun, we do it not just during the live streams. We also chat every other day of the week. We have the knife yard sale, which is popping off. We've got knife drops. We when I do knife sales, I always offer it to the only Spartans first. They get first dibs on anything, and usually I also give them a little bit better price, just a little bit. We're probably gonna do another knife sale here in about a month or two. I had more knives that I wanted to put up for sale, but I just couldn't commit to that right before the move. So there will be another even better knife sale here in the next couple of months. Think late July, early August. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Anyways, channel members who are in the Only Spartans Discord always get first dibs on anything that I go to sell. Yeah, the Only Spartans Discord. All right. I am behind on the chat, but I'm going to do my best to catch up. Hey, Bluetooth Blades with another 5 gifted memberships. That might be the old notification in case it's not. Thank you again, Bluetooth Blades. John Tagamori, what's up, man? Thanks for being a channel member. Good to see you. All right. So, guys, I picked up the Knoll Raiden R2. Was that the one? I'm pretty sure that was the Raiden R2 Vivelsky had earlier. I think so. Ian says, if I'm right, Oz is doing their first Atlanta Blade Show. I saw that on their Instagram. It made me cry when I watched them make their Oz sign out of Roosevelt blades, knowing that people like fight to get their hands on those. Sierra Rick says, Rolls, do you know anyone who has the TRM frame lock? That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, I have one. Hold on. Now, this is from the first release. TRM Neutron frame lock, baby. And I got to say, this feels like a different knife than the liner lock Neutron 2. So this is the frame lock Neutron 2. Some quick differences in case you didn't see my video on this is, of course, obviously it is a frame lock, not a liner lock. Second one is going to be that they use the Bulldog clip, which is an upgrade from the stock clip on the regular Neutron. This is not G10. This is texturized carbon fiber. And I did my video, and a lot of people that watched and commented and also commented on TRM's Instagram said, we want more titanium, more titanium. And what's weird is there was also a lot of people that said we don't want the texturized carbon fiber on the lock side, which is weird to me because every time I see a knife where it's just carbon fiber on just one side, they're like, well, I would also want it on the lock side. Unless, of course, you give it to us on the lock side and we don't like it, in which case, no. You can never make 100% of people happy. I've learned that the hard way. Pocket clip is better. Here's something fun. You can actually take the show sides lizard skin titanium scale and pop it on here. You still end up with that carbon fiber insert. Apparently, TRM is coming out with a full titanium version, which is titanium on both sides. Won't be contoured though, is what they're saying. And I get it because the lock side is not, I don't know if they can really contour the lock side. I get that. But yeah, so I have one. Great knife. Action feels way different. The blade is the same. The handle scale shape is the same. You can put the show side scales from any other Neutron on this guy. Super easy. I did that for a minute. And then I looked at my other Neutron 2 and I'm like, why would I do that to this knife? I love both knives, but they do feel like different knives. They both feel great. If you want something with a little more solid lockup, the Neutron 2 frame lock is fantastic. I do suggest, until you get the action and detent fully worn in, that you use these to save your thumbs, the little rubber bands. You don't have to, but I do suggest it. Anyways, yeah, I've got a Neutron 2 frame lock. Love it. Level on up says, sorry, should have made that more clear. It's the knife's birthday. Happy birthday to the knife. What's up, Lone Star Cowboy? What's up? Good to see it. He says, Super Slow Steve says he will be waiting to fight in the pit at Blade Show venue. Smurf. I don't keep up to speed on Super Steel Steve. I don't keep up to speed. Wow. Anyways, Ed B says Roll has dainty fingers. Yeah, you know, these spoiled fingers. Hey, shout out to Blue Minotti Ninja for the 5 gifted memberships.
Keep the change, you filthy
Thank you,
animal.
Blue. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. And congrats to Ryan Ellis, Fred the Lug, Beethoven is God, Neil McKenzie, and Donnie Barajas, who all got gifted memberships from Blue Minotti Ninja. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for all the support. All right, guys. So speaking of drama, I wanted to touch on this because it was posted in the Only Spartans Discord not too long before we went live. You know, I'm going to kill the music because I'm going to see if it'll actually let me play. Will it let me play this? We might get a copyright, not a strike, but like a copyright thing by playing this. But we're going to go to the Hangout and chat real quick. Did you guys see the drama? Apparently, not Grant. Rest in peace to Grant Hawk. Gavin Hawk is suing Microtech.
Hey everyone. Well, I have some interesting news to share with the knife community. News that I've been wanting to talk about for quite some time. Established by my dad and I. The stopping point letter. Lawsuit.
Long story short, Gavin Hawk says that Microtech stole his wedge design that allows OTF knives to have 0 blade play. Now, I have never handled a deadlock. I'm not in that income bracket. I mean, can someone who has both the ultratech ZBP and the Hawk deadlock, can you do me a favor? Just take your knife apart, confirm it, please. I'm sure he wouldn't have gone to these lengths to sue Microtech if he didn't actually have a case, because Microtech, if I'm not mistaken, is a much bigger company than Hawk Knives. So I'm not terribly surprised, because in my head, when Microtech announced that they were doing the 0 blade play, I was like, I wonder if they were able, how they were able to do that, because nobody else making OTFs has been able to truly make a 0 blade play OTF, with the exception of Grant and Gavin Hawk. The deadlock was a massive knife for them, and one of the main draw points was that they've managed to do what everyone else found to be impossible, which is to create 0 blade play. So it sounds like the lawsuit has been in the works now for a minute. They're both going to be, both Microtech and Hawk are going to be at Blade Show, which is going to be awkward. Long story short on this video, and I'm not playing the whole thing because ain't nobody got time for that. Long story short is there is a lawsuit going on now. Gavin Hawk sent a cease and desist to Microtech, and in Gavin's words, he said they told me to go pound sand. Microtech's legal team has got to be beefy at this point. American knife companies are renowned for being litigious. Spyderco, litigious. Benchmade, litigious. Microtech, litigious. And now, Hawk Knives, litigious. How many times can you say the word litigious? Anyways, so yeah, that happened. Now, I desperately want to get my hands on a zero blade plate ultratech. On the other hand, I also don't necessarily want to support IP theft if it's happening, whether it's happening, stateside or not. Generally speaking, we sit up here on our high pedestals and we say, well, like the clones from China. What about when the IP theft happens within our own borders? Is it because, think about it like this, is it because when it happens in our own country, we can actually do something about it, and we get so frustrated, because you can't do anything about IP theft overseas. So when it happens here, you're like, I am ready to go. I'm ready to go. It's not vodka, it's water, I promise. I promise. I mean, I don't even necessarily think it'd be the first time microtechs got sued for IP infringement. I'm pretty sure that also happened with the Matrix and Kershaw's 0770, or is it 0771? I think it's the 0770 or 7 freaking A. ZT, I hate their model naming scheme. 0770. Is it the 0770? No. 0777? Yeah. The ZT0777. This knife. Yeah. So Microtech already got sued because their Matrix was basically a copy of this. Now, the story has been told and retold several different times, but one of the versions that I've heard, at least multiple times now, was that Kershaw showed a knife to Microtech at a blade show, and they challenged them to make this knife better than they did. And that sparked it, and then they got kind of butthurt and ended up suing Microtech. Long story short, Microtech's not afraid of a lawsuit. Would love to get my hands on a zero tolerance 0777, even though their naming scheme sucks. Jeremy Nidro says, I can't stand thieves regardless of where they are. There's always two sides of the story, right? So I'm really interested to hear what Microtech has to say. Why, they can't be so thick as to think that they could truly steal the IP without actually getting sued. Like, if they stole it, they stole it. If they stole it, they stole it. I would love to hear a public release, a press release from Microtech to address these allegations. Chances are we won't hear it, though, because since they're now in a lawsuit, I'm pretty sure they have to be all hush-hush until it's settled. But, all right, he says, Microtech, yes, we steal your zero blade plate technique, but we made it original by having extremely loose switch that rattles like a toy. Carlos says both are great, though. I want to get a ZB. I want to get a zero blade play. I do. If for nothing else other than the talking point. Level on up says the Natrix. Yeah, that's the Kershaw version. I've heard that I've heard from multiple people that the zero blade play has zero blade play, but it can gain some, and when it does, you just tighten a screw and it goes away. I haven't handled one yet, so I don't know. Sierra Rick says, I love a blade with a fuller. Me too. Renee says, Microtech can pay for better lawyers. I don't know. Have you seen the price of Hawk knives? They're expensive. Blue says, Microtech is very thick. Yes, they are. Blue says, just get the Microtech Combat Trodan Gen 3 and be done. Anyways, so that's the latest. Let's go ahead and start a poll because I'm interested to see what people's thoughts are. Did Microtech steal Hawk Knives lockup mechanism? Yes? No? I like rocks? Question mark? Let me know. We'll put it to a vote. We'll put it to a vote. Oh man, if I like rocks wins, I might have to just buy a ZBP. Level on Up says they're both a Blade Show. Am I right? We need answers from both. Someone should interview them both. So they are whenever there's a lawsuit going on, they are restricted by the lawyers in what they can say. So whenever a company's being sued like that, it's all very hush hush. It is what it is. Gas Station says, I returned my ZBP. The rattle switch was a mean joke, in my honest opinion. I don't know if it would bother me or not. I would have to handle it to find out. Carlos says, yeah, 2,300 for my deadlock and 900 for my talent. Yeah, Hawk knives are not cheap at all. Yo, what's up, Bronny? Barbarian Bronny in the house. Good to see you, man. He says, I'll take a Microtech Troodon. Isn't that what John Wick used? Yes, he also used the old Microtech Cypher Mark IV. I had one. I had the Warncliffe version. And like a dumbass, I sold it. Yeah. So he uses, depending upon the movie, he uses a Combat Troodon in one, and he uses a Microtech Cypher, not the new one, the old one. And I think he also used an ultratech in one. I'd have to check to be sure. Have to check. Ed B says poll reported for defamation. Defamation. Can you do that? Can you report a poll? Anyways, 31 votes. Did Microtech steal Hawk Knives lock-up mechanism? 32% say yes. 12% say no. 56% say I like rocks. I'm getting a whole lot of I don't care from people on this topic. Jim says, I was on my phone and went to number 3. Can we check the community leaderboard? Oh, man. Will it actually let me highlight? This is... I don't know what to do with this leaderboard stuff. I don't know what to do with the leaderboard stuff. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try something really quick. So apparently, one of the things that you're supposed to be able to do is use the leaderboard to highlight people's chats. I don't know how to do that. After the live stream, I'm gonna have to look into it. I'll have to look into it after the live stream. Anyways, Ryan says Hawk Talon is one of the best knives I've used. I want one desperately. I really do. RJ Atwell says lawyers are going to use your poll. I hope not. I sure hope not. Sever7, what's up, dude? He says the ZBP can get blade play, but I don't think the deadlock does, so there must be some difference between the two mechanisms, I would assume. They had, like, that's what gets me, right? Like, they had to have made it just different enough where they thought they could get away with it. I'm sure they use some things that are definitely from Hawk, though. Is it enough? We'll find out. We'll find out. John says, what's with the crowns by your names? YouTube is using my channel and some other select channels to test out the community leaderboard feature. And so it's supposed to highlight the people who are the most active or support the most. I don't know. It's a beta testing feature right now. I know what you know, which is not a whole lot. So yeah. Anyways. John says Marco is the king of the live stream. Currently, he's number one. He is number one. I don't know how it works, guys. I have no idea how the leaderboard feature / function works. Renee says basically you get points for being active on the chat. I guess. Jim says it's a social scoring system for chat. Say nice things. You could probably say mean things too. It might actually still give you credit for it. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Oh, so there is a slip joint, an American-made slip joint that I have been heavily considering, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. It's the Tactile Ranger, American-made titanium clip point buoy style blade, purple techno carbon shield. That's a little, carbon fiber inlay. MagnaCut, and they guarantee it to be what? I think they guarantee it to be like 63 to 64. Anyways, 7.3 inches overall. So for a slip joint, it's actually not small. There's something about this which is highly attractive to me. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It's Jared Oster design. American made slip joint, $350. I know a lot of American blade work, slip joint fans are going to be in there saying, well, I get this for $150. No, you can't. The American Blade Works slip joint is not available, like ever. And most people buy it immediately because it's inexpensive. For everybody else, like this is Jack Wolf knife price territory, but it's American made. And you still get the premium materials like the carbon fiber, the titanium. You've got an American company, which is guaranteeing Rockwell hardness. I want to try this out. But the American Blade Works slip joint is reigning supreme primarily because it is under $200. I want to check it out. I don't buy slip joints often. I really don't. But that is a Jack Wolf knife territory right there. But it's American made. John says, anyone get that quiet carry strand L? No, but we touched on it for a second. We touched on it. Released last night, the Strand L. The big draw on this one, like the big thing is that they did a hollow grind on the blade, but they went with a really simplistic design. I would have pulled the trigger if that had been a satin finish on, or excuse me, a stonewash finish on those knurled titanium handle scales. I'm not the biggest fan of PVD on titanium, just a personal thing. I like the idea of it being a hollow grind. I like that spear point. I like the fact that they committed to thumb studs only. And I don't mind the $335 price point made in Taiwan, knowing their quality. Quiet Carry is really, really good with their quality. I just don't like the black PVD handles. I want one with the stonewashed titanium. Sierra Rick says, Rolls, the Bowie blade isn't for me. Personal preference. Feel that. Laid Off Pete says, anything tactile is made anything tactile seems made well is a safe bet you'll like it. Wonder what's walk and talk is like. I don't know. As long as it's at least as good as the QSP Hedgehog, I'd probably be happy with it. I want to try it out. They also came out with a Wharncliffe version that does not have the purple techno carbon shield. It's got a copper techno carbon shield. I believe that's on NC Blade. Tactile Ranger Wharncliffe. Whatever. I'll just go to their website. There it is. So you can get it with the copper techno carbo, which is still pretty cool actually. So if you're not a fan of the Bowie style blade, there you go. Is that a hologround? I'm so curious now. I don't think so. I don't think so. MagnaCut. Tried and true. I don't think it's a hologround blade. I think it's a flat ground blade. Not that that's an issue. I kind of want to, I don't know. Now I'm, is that a hologround? I don't know. The Wharncliffe looks pretty good too. See, if I get one, I can reach out to my buddy Duty's Daggers and have him make me a slip for it. $350. They even have a full DLC version for $470. Is the purple Techno Carbo, is that a DLT exclusive? I don't think so. There's no way. Nope. That does not look purple at all, though. That looks blue. Wait, no, that is purple. I have it pulled up on my other screen. My other screen is making it look blue. That's definitely purple. I think I got to get one. Wharncliffe or Bowie? Wharncliffe or Bowie? All right, we're going to end the current poll. And if you want to know currently, did microtech steel hawk knives lockup mechanism? 32% said yes, 10% said no, 59% said I like rocks. I'm getting a whole lot of I don't care from the community on this right now. That is totally fine, guys. It's okay to not care. To be like, I don't really necessarily have a dog in that fight. I'm a fan of microtech knives. If they did steal that IP and a judge rules that they did steal it, then they need to stop selling the zero blade play ultratech. Rod Lively says, I own 5 deadlocks and the Talon and Shortcut. Nothing like them. I need to get my hands on a hawk knife. All right, we're going to start a new poll. Big fan of polls today. New poll. Tactile Ranger blade shape. Answer 1 is going to be Wharncliffe. Answer 2 is going to be Bowie. Answer 3 is going to be I don't like slip joints. All right. Boom. All right. Hey, McRanger, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Thanks for being a channel member. Level On Up says ZBP price will explode if that happens. Yeah, I was just thinking that too. Like, if microtech has to discontinue the ZBP mechanism, it's going to drive the demand way up. So maybe right now is a good time to buy one while you still can. All right, let's see. Warncliffe is running away. It's right now 24 votes in on the tactile Ranger blade shape. Which do you like the best? 62% say Warncliffe. 17. Oh, it's changing. 60% say Warncliffe. 16% say Bowie. And 24% say I don't like slip joints. A slip joint is a great carry. Especially if you are carrying it as a secondary, because you could put it in your fifth pocket of your jeans. You have all the regular real estate you normally have. What do you use the fifth pocket of your jeans for anyways? In mine, actually, what is in my fifth pocket? Hold on. Aha! No one's surprised. It's the TRM Raptor, which is a tool. It's also a bottle opener. TRM Raptor. But if this wasn't in there, you could fit a slip joint in there. They're great secondary carries. 57% say Warncliffe, 18% say Bowie, 25% do not like slip joints. 1 out of 4 people does not like a slip joint. Saber says Warncliffe is just a more useful shape in real life, especially for thin geometry cutters. Yeah, for regular utility cutting, absolutely. Bellies on blades are good for cutting and staying in a seam of a cut. So, like, for example, when skinning animals, or when gutting a fish, if you're trying to fillet a fish, for example, you want some belly on the blade. For overall cutting power, Warncliffes are phenomenal. They're also easier to sharpen. You get a lower cutting angle, which means that you don't have to torque your wrist as much when you do regular utility style cuts. So Warncliffes are a great option. But it's going to be very dependent upon what you typically use your knives for. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and kill the music, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on my first day back in the last 2 weeks. Thank you. Please, if you're a new channel member that just joined up today, or if you were gifted a channel membership, join the Only Spartans Discord. The more, the merrier. It's getting better every single day. We're trying to make it big. We're trying to make it, the heart of the community here. So if you want to chop it up with me off stream, that's the best place to do it. I don't chop it up with people on Instagram. I don't chop it up with people on Facebook. But if you want to talk, hit me up on the Only Spartans Discord. If you're a new channel member, you can find it by going to the post section of my YouTube channel. Scroll down just a little bit. You'll find an invite link. Once you're in, you're in. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I've got some research to do. Got some choices to make. So, for those of you in the Only Spartans Discord, I'll see you soon. And for everybody else, we'll see you later.